What's up, guys? Welcome to the channel. Welcome back to another tier list, but not just any tier list. This tier list is the culmination of 3 videos in the making. This is all the absolute bops from the Persona 3, 4, and 5 music tier list that we have done so far. I'm joined by my friend, the ultimate high school level simp himself, Mr. KMK.
Hello.
And, well, for all the main rules, go back to the Persona 3 FES one. I'll put a link to that in the description as well as Mr. KMK's channel. And yeah, we have got our work cut out for us this one. I've been dreading this one because I know it's going to be hard. Now you may notice we have different tiers here compared to the previous 3. We have Super Bop, Mega Bop, Ultra Bop, and the best track in the game. Now the best track in the game is basically, by the end of this, once we've ranked them all, me and Kay will go among the Ultra Bops and pick our favorite among them and then put that at the top spot. He'll have his favorite and I'll have my favorite. If ours cross over, awesome. If not, oh well. And yeah, time to start off. Oh, before I get into this, I want to say I'm gonna try to not play much of the songs because in the last video I played a little too much of Throw Away Your Mask and that got me a copyright claim. Thankfully not a strike, but a claim. But without further ado, let's get on with Persona 3 Mass Destruction. Okay, so after listening to this and thinking about all the other songs we have on this list, I think it's a super bop. I just think it, compared to all the other ones it's up against, I just think it's a super bop. It could you could convince me to eke it into mega bop, but I think it's super bop.
No, I think it's gonna be really hard to kind of like, because I mean, what is this? What's this song like? The intro song, or was this like a song that you
Oh, this was the battle theme for Persona 3.
Okay,
so you heard it a lot.
So yeah, being that it's the battle song and starting off with that particular song, I feel like it's kind of starting off weak in my opinion. So yeah, it would probably be in a super bop.
Ooh, you think it starts off weak? I think the beginning's the best part.
Oh no, like in terms of like all the other songs.
Oh, okay. I was like, bro, did we listen to the same song?
No, yeah, it's a good song, but when it's compared to every other one, it's like, yeah, this is weak compared to all the other ones, especially in Persona 5. That one's going to be pretty hard to.
You know, we hyped up Persona 5, yet it almost didn't have as many entries as Persona 4. Like,
true.
It has the same amount actually. 8. And 3 got 7. But 3, if I'm not mistaken, 3 has the smallest soundtrack of the 3, so it's a little more understandable. But, so yeah, next up we have Reach Out to the Truth. This was the Persona 4 battle theme. And Persona 4 Golden only happened when you pulled off an ambush, which wasn't often because ambushes are so hard in that game. I'll fight to the death on that one. Anyway, let's get to it. Alright, so here's the thing I have with the song, thinking about it now compared to Mass Destruction, is that they're both battle themes. But I feel like Reach Out to the Truth, I feel almost gets a little more repetitive than Mass Destruction. Like if it wasn't for Time to Make History in Persona 4 Gold, I might. And if I just heard Reach Out to the Truth every single fight, I'd probably gotten bored of it faster than I did for Mass Destruction. But as its own thing, I do think it's a super bop. I think it could be mega bop. But now, if it was now, I will say, Mass Destruction and Reach Out to the Truth, their remixes are both like, if you can find the right remix, they're ultra top tier. But just the standard version, I think Reach Out to the Truth is either low mega bop or high super bop. That's just me though.
Um, yeah. So I think structure wise, I think it is a little bit like it can be a little bit repetitive. Um, but I think in its how can I explain this? In its theme, in its overall like the whole attitude of the song is a lot more lively. It's a lot more energetic to get you ready for the battle. And even with the verse, it's calm, but it's still it still catches your attention. It still keeps you engaged. Um, and I think it's better than the first one that we listened to, Mass Destruction. So I probably would say Mega Bob.
Megawatt, okay, all right. We'll put that there for now. Maybe our minds will change. All right, now we have Fog, which is also from Persona 4. I'm trying to remember the exact. I think this is for the first stage of the final boss. Because I'm pretty sure the Genesis is the last stage of the final boss. I think. I don't know. I will have to look it up later. Okay. So I think this is Mega Bop because when like I like how it starts. It starts off really like there's not a lot to it, but it like just immediately gets your attention. Like dun 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 dun, bang, and then it just hits you with like, and then suddenly you just get into the song immediately, and then the riff and all that comes in, and then now you're into it, you know. Now considering this is for a boss fight, I believe two boss fights, two. Yeah, I think that this is only for two boss fights. The first stage of the final boss and the fake final boss. If I'm not mistaken. Again, I could be wrong. I don't have it pulled up next to me this time. But yeah, I think it's a chill song. I think it's Mega Bop. I don't think it's Ultra Bop at all, but I think it's Mega. Maybe even Super.
Ultra. Okay.
I couldn't put it this
Yeah, I
high.
think
No.
I think what's really amazing about it, I think that if like the drums would like go away and it was just like the guitars, you could kind of tell like there's so many rich textures with the guitars and like the awesome chord progression that the guitar is playing and just like on how catchy the riffs are, dun 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 dun, and it gets you ready for the battle. But then once the actual guitar is playing with the guitar solo, you start to realize that there's a lot more to it, to the song, rather than just those nice riffs that it's playing. Um, can it possibly be an ultra bop? I don't think so.
I
It's
was gonna say
probably
nah.
yeah, it's probably a mega bop.
I can agree with that.
And maybe in the top in the farther left side of the ultra, not the ultra, the mega bop.
You thinking like that?
Yeah.
All right, all right. I was thinking around here, and you're thinking around here, so this works just fine. All right. Next up, we have Heaven, the only Persona 4 dungeon theme that made it onto this list in particular. I think we have our first Ultra Bop of the list. It's catchy. The lyrics have strong meaning, which doesn't mean the song is amazing, but it's a nice touch. I don't know. I think it's Ultra Bop.
I think the song's trash.
You dare?
I think
Oh no. We put Sweatshop in this. All right, one of the most hated Persona 5 Palace themes. We don't get to say this is trash. We lost that privilege when we put Sweatshop on this list.
Yeah, so well, with this song, it's a much more calmer song from all the other ones. Other ones are like energetic. Even though that this one is still somewhat energetic, it is also still like it chills you out. Um, from all the other madness songs that are being played with throughout the game. So it's like,
Which is kind
okay,
of funny.
it's totally it's a total polar opposite of a lot of the songs that are playing. I like the structure of it. It almost gives me the feel like the beginning of the chorus is very much of a man. How can I explain? It's like a swing song, like a swing jazz type of song, and it just kind of gets you into the groove, and then it picks up a little bit, but it doesn't go sort of all the way to that next level of like being super hype. It kind of brings it back a bit, which I like a lot. So yeah, I would probably say it's a ultra bop.
Cool. Yeah, you know what's funny? How you said it's more chill compared to the other ones. In that dungeon, you're probably more like determined to get to the end as fast as possible for reasons I will not explain. But when you play the game, because I know you're gonna play it, because it's on Steam right now for like not much at all. But it's fun. Like this is such a chill theme for a dungeon you're trying to get through. Funnily enough, it's very funny to me thinking about it now. But yeah, no, next up we have the Genesis, which is the the very final, absolute final form of the boss of Persona 4. Let's hit it. Alright, now it's done. Okay, look, now for a final boss theme, I know we haven't gotten to it, but I think it's better than Yeldabaoth. But, like, now when you get to the final boss, and you know it's the final boss, of course, and you're just sitting there, you kind of, especially in a game like Persona, where, like, these games, like, my Persona 4 playthrough is not even done, or, like, my second playthrough, I'm already, like, almost at 80 hours. And I still got 2 dungeons to go, So it's like, that playthrough is going to be around 100. But my Persona 4 playthrough is 130. So when you get to the final boss, the theme starting off so slow, and it just builds and builds, and it gives you, and for like the first like minute of the song, not a whole lot's going on. It definitely is like building the atmosphere, getting you ready, but like it kind of just gives you time to like just sit there and like really soak it all in. Like this is it. This is the end. And I really appreciate that from the song. And like the very end of it, when it cuts to basically a rendition of "Reach Out to the Truth." Oh, so well done. And again, like the theme throughout the middle part of it basically is just again, it's not, at some points it gets a little fast paced, and for most part it's kind of more it's not super slow but not super fast. And again, it just sort of letting you just sort of build and build till when you finally get to that climactic moment when you finally beat the boss. And then that's when you Reach Out to the Truth around the 6-minute mark. That you just blast like some crazy instrumental version of it, and that's awesome. Is it Ultra Bop though? Ooh. I think it's Mega.
Really?
I could be swayed to Ultra Bop. But at the moment, I think it's top. Oh, wrong song. I think it's top of Mega.
Yeah. Okay. how can I like shorten this? Um, it was really enjoyable to listen to, especially the progression throughout the entire song. Sorry, that was my glasses. Um, so um, yeah, the whole entire progression of the song, throughout the whole entire song is really good. Especially when it's like the last, I don't even know how long, like the last 2 to 3 minutes of the song, where it just has like this big explosion of just all of the horns and the strings coming together with the nice little added supplement of the drums. Um, it's really nice. I like it a lot. Um, is it Ultra Bop? I think
It
it's better than most of the Mega Bop.
agreed.
But is it approaching Ultra Bop? I'm not too sure. I'm not entirely sure that it is.
I don't think it's better than Heaven, and based on that alone, I don't want to put an Ultra Bop. I feel like
Yeah,
on a good day, like coming out of fighting the boss, I could probably put an Ultra Bop, but as it stands, I think it's Mega.
yeah,
It's dangerously close, but I think it's just Mega. You agree?
yes, yes.
Alright. Still, though, again, compared to Yell About, great song, but I don't think Yell About is as good as the Genesis. But, we'll get to it. Maybe my thoughts will change when we get there, but when we get there, we get there. Next up, Shadow World. The intro to Persona 4 Golden. Man, I don't know where I want to put this. Like, it is the intro song. So usually you're hearing a cut down version of it. But hearing the full version's a very nice change compared to, like, say, Colors Flying High from Persona 5 Royal, because you can't hear the full version because they haven't released it. But I don't know. This song is very solid. I like the harmonica at the start. It kind of just feels like it just repeats 3 times. I know in the last part they add that little almost synthesized part, but
Yeah.
I think is it Mega Bop? It's definitely not Ultra Bop. I thought it was at first, but then I really started thinking about it. I think it's Mega Bop, possibly even
Mega
Super
Bop.
Bop. I could go either way.
So, oh man. So, how can I even like grab this? um, the song within itself is actually really well structured. Compared to like all the other ones, it's actually a pretty good song. Um, the the whole theme of the song sounds really nice, especially
Yeah.
being that it's a intro song. It gets you into the mindset of like what's going to happen.
Yeah,
And I
this
get it
is
that
the
like
cheery Persona game. We're Scooby Doo.
okay, so
Basically, that's the joke. Is that you're basically the Scooby Doo gang.
um how can I even so being that it's the cherry version of the Persona games.
Okay,
Um
I should reiterate. It's the more I shouldn't say cheery. It's just it's like when it gets dark. But for a good chunk of the game, it's just more chill. I get that's the best way I can put it. I wouldn't call it the cheery Persona game, but it's more the we're not fighting the god of death, basically.
yeah.
I guess that's the best way to put it.
Yeah, I guess it would be a mega bop if I would have to put it into
All right.
the category. Is it low mega bop? I'm not sure. We'll just
I
put it
think it's in the middle.
yeah.
Alright, now we have Sweatshop, the 5th palace from Persona 5 role. Now, I still love how of all the palace themes from Persona 5, this is the one that made it in. And just a quick thing, no matter what we say about the songs on this list, they're all in here because we agreed they were all absolute bops. It's just we gotta kind of be picky when going between, you know, just 3 tiers basically. So, like, Mass Destruction is not a bad song at all. It's just like when we compare it to, say, Heaven, it doesn't work. Anyway, Sweatshop. See, I'm not a big techno guy. So, you would think I wouldn't like this song that much, but I really like this song. Like, it just fits. Like, you're on a space station. It's all technological. 90% of the enemies you fight are robots. It just fits its own everything. The song is called Sweatshop. Your enemy is working his workers half to death. So the fact it never lets up is another thing. Like pretty much all the other Persona 5 Palace themes off the top of my head have a slow part. This one just does not stop going. And it makes sense why it doesn't stop going because of who the palace is for. I think it's pretty genius how it was made. I think it's criminally underrated. I think, I think it's just it's a low mega bop. I think it's definitely not a bad song, not at all. I think it's just a low mega bop. That's just me though. You think higher?
So, I think so. The whole elements that goes into the song, it blends super well together. Like you can hear the crazy synths in the background. They're very low, but you can hear them. And each little element of like the synths coming in and out, they don't overstay. They kind of like have room to breathe so that all the other parts of the song kind of flourish and actually get noticed. And when it comes to like the breakdown section of the song, and it brings it all the way back, it does so well. The transitions between each part is so good. I would probably say it's an ultra bop.
Really interesting. And think about it now, I do like the part where the guitar just comes in and takes over the whole song. It keeps up the pace definitely, but it just sounds different. Like it takes away all the techno and just throws in a guitar randomly, and it just works for me. Ultra bop though, damn, I don't.
That's how I. Yeah, that's how I. It's really hard that they
Oh man,
a song that would get the theme of what the boss is. They did a really good job on like the other ones too, but when it comes to the theme, really did a good job of making not only techno, but it's very it's very brash and it's very abrasive and it's also very chilled out in the same breath. Like you can have it in the background, but in like you're not like caught off guard with like the whole entire song. Like it's a very chill song to listen to. It's a very good song to listen to when you're trying to fight bad guys. I like it.
You know, based solely on the fact that this song relates so much to the palace itself to such a high degree, I'll put Ultra Bop. It's definitely not the best track in the game. Not in. I should have put series. And I'll fix that in a minute. But, yeah. It's not an Ultra Bop, but I'll put. It's not a best track in the game, but it's a low Ultra Bop. I can get behind it. Next up, Rivers in the Desert. Ooh, I'm ready for this one. Oh crap, what'd I press? Oh no! Hang on. You know what? We reached the end of the song anyway. Wow, Rivers in the Desert, such a... Like, the lyrical version only plays in like 2 fights. Okay, not counting secret bosses, but in 2 real fights, it only really plays. And the fact that they reserve it for those fights really does make it a little more special than, say, Takeover. But man, it's an Ultra Bop for sure. It's definitely, for me, the first competitor for best track. Definitely the first one that I think is a strong competitor for me personally. Like, it has the hype moments, the chorus is iconic, the chill slow moment, it all just works. And also the title of the song Rivers in the Desert and the lyrics also coincide with the Phantom Thieves. It just works so well. It has every element a good game soundtrack should have. So definitely for me, Ultra Bop.
Yeah, when it comes to like a good soundtrack that you don't mind listening to after playing X amount of hours, I think this one would probably be a good contender for probably a best track as well. Um, but for right now, I think it is a high Ultra Ball. Um,
Agreed.
it has all the good elements that a good soundtrack has. The good, like you said, the good moments and chill moments. And, it does it so well that the transitions don't feel so abrupt that you're left stumped. Like, oh well, basically saying to yourself, why the heck did that transition so crazy? So as somebody who again makes music, that's something that is really hard to do, is to find a good transition to each part. But yeah, they've done a really good job on it.
Oh yeah. So let's see. Well, so far we have 3 Ultra Bops, and we have still a decent amount to go. Next up we have Yelled Mouth, the original final boss theme for Persona 5. You know, when going from the Genesis to Yeldabaoth, something I notice is while Yeldabaoth does have that cool thing I like, where how like the techno part's kind of Yeldabaoth, the God of Control, and then the guitar part and stuff is like the Phantom Thieves, you know. They're trying to break free of the control. Cause it's the saying he's the God of Control. Like I do like that sort of back and forth in the song, and that's really cool. But like, it honestly is kind of repetitive compared to the Genesis. Like the Genesis does have repeat parts, but they're not as long, and it has a lot of other like new stuff added in. Like again, the very end where Reach Out to the Truth instrumental comes in, or the beginning, even, which is extremely slow. And it's just like there's a lot more parts to the Genesis in order to Yeldabaoth, and to that I think it hurts Yeldabaoth as a song. Outside, like again, the biggest thing it has going for it for me is how it kind of works thematic wise for the fight itself. But other than that, I think just as a song, I think it's low super bop.
Ooh. Yeah, I mean, there's really nothing for me to really say. I think it's a super bop. There's really nothing special about it. It's a good song, but like compared to all the other ones, it's a very weak, kind of dry song. Comparing it to the other.
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. Now we also have Our Beginning, which is kind of just Yeldabaoth Part 2. Okay. Now, I think this is a mega bop out the gate, and the reason why is the best way I can compare this to Yell About is Yell About is basically two different songs that are just butting heads, and neither gets the spotlight, which again makes sense in the context of the song. Our beginning feels like the Phantom Thieves portion of Yell About, but expand like it's the full version of it, which basically means they do a lot more with that portion. For example, in the Yell About song, when the Phantom Thieves sort of, I guess you want to say, section comes in, it's more guitar and stuff. In our beginning, it's more orchestral. It's the same like melody, riff, whatever you want to call it, but it's different instruments, and it just sounds more triumphant because this plays after you basically beaten him, or right as you're beating him, essentially. So it definitely has that going for it. And again, they do more with this song, which is also a shame because you only hear this song once and you barely sit on the screen long enough to hear the full bit. You maybe hear like 30 seconds or something like that. I don't know. It's been a bit. But yeah, I think it's Mega Bop. It just feels like a complete song, whereas Yell About just feels like it's two songs just slammed together. And if we're looking at it just purely as a song, I think it it's so much better than Yell About. I think it's Mega Bop. It's not Ultra Bop. Not get crazy with it. But I think it's Mega Bop.
So yeah, I think it's much better than the. This is the alternate version of the one that we listened to
So
before.
basically, like when you're in the actual boss fight, Yelled About is playing. But when you're in the final sort of section, the very final section of it, it's hard to say without spoiling it. But in the last sequence of the boss fight, which isn't too terribly long, that's when our beginning plays.
Okay, so yeah, I think this is a is a mega bop, um, because it's just it just encompasses what you're like gonna be going through. So yeah, it's gonna be. It higher in that category? I don't think so.
I would say somewhere in the
Um,
middle.
somewhere, yeah,
I
but
would put it up. I
it's
actually put it
pretty
at the
low.
top personally.
Either way, I still think it's a mega bop. I don't really care if it's from, but I want it to be kind of fair. I don't want to just be like, well, it's a mega bop, but it's low. Like it's a good song.
We don't
It's
have to go in
totally
order. We
fine.
don't have to order the individual tiers.
Yeah.
I feel like that just gets really complicated. But yeah, I agree. Mega Bop, very solid song. It's on Genesis's level. I kind of wish that Yell About just didn't exist and they just had like our beginning, but extended with more sections of it. I don't know. That's just me though. But now we're finally going back to Persona 3 with Calamity. Now I will say, among all the high intensity songs or the tense songs from 3, 4, and 5, Calamity is definitely the best of those specific songs, which is why it's here, of course. And honestly, I like the energy it's got to it because it really it's like it just works for what it's meant to do. Because if I'm not mistaken, again, memory reminds me, this is when like intense stuff happens. And also that violin part, ooh, that violin part hits different. I think it's just a super bop though. There's
Super bop. Oh,
there's
okay.
not. I mean, I could be swayed to mega bop, but I think it's super bop.
I think. Oh man, that's a very
You think it's ultra?
oh. I don't think. When it comes to like structures and when it comes to the intensity of the song, and then out of nowhere it switches up to this violin part, but it
That
still
violin
has the
part.
same elements of it. Yeah, it's I think it would probably be maybe in high megabop, anything to be generous, but that's just me.
I'm looking at Mass Destruction. Yeah, I'm looking at Calamity. I'm thinking, is this song better than Mass Destruction? Man, yeah. All right, I can go Mega Bop. It's on the lower end of Mega Bop, but I can put it in Mega Bop. Um, again, because on this channel we like to meet in the middle here. All right, next up we have Takeover, the main battle theme for Persona 5 role that you're going to hear quite a bit. Alright, now as a battle theme, and considering I've played quite a bit of Persona 5, almost 200 hours, and I've heard this song quite a bit. So, I mean, man, I think it's Ultra Bop.
Ultra? Yeah, I think so too.
I think it's better than Sweatshop.
Yeah, I think for is this another battle song, like a boss
Yeah,
song?
this is this is the regular battle theme for Persona 5.
Okay, so
Well,
yeah, I think it just like the whole entire like theme of the song is it just melds so well together for being a battle song. And but could it possibly be the best track in the whole entire series?
we got some fire tracks and a few surprises last. Yeah, um, um, I don't think it's the best track in the series, but it's up there. It's definitely up there. Like among the four we've got, if I had to rank it, I'd probably do it like this. Maybe like this. I don't know. Heaven's really good. That's why you have three high intensity songs, and then they're just heaven. This really, for the most part, laid back song. But I don't know. It's not best track in the series for me, but it's definitely Ultra Bop, most certainly. We in agreement on that? All
Yeah,
right.
I'm fine with that.
All right. Next up, we have "I Believe," which. So this song actually wasn't supposed to be in here. I kind of slipped it in because I really like this song. I couldn't stand it not being here. But I know I broke the rules, but screw you, it's my channel. But yeah, I believe. Okay, this is annoying. My hotkey to play, like, the recording after I pause it is, like, the numpad 1. But pressing that also makes the freaking song go back to, like, the very beginning almost. Which is very frustrating. I need to find a better hotkey for that. Well, that'll happen in the next video, probably. I don't know. But, now, I know this song was supposed to be on here. I really like it. Kay, I know you didn't put Absolute Bop, so we just won't rank it. But if I had to rank it, I'd probably put it here. But no. Oh crap! What happened? No, General Services. Why? I mean, I'm gonna stick to the rules. Only songs that we put up in Ultra Bop tier will qualify. Unless your opinion on the song has changed. Mine hasn't, but has your opinion changed hearing it again?
Not. I mean, it's really hard.
Be honest. Be honest.
Um, it kind of just sounds like a lot of rest of the songs now that we have like a good foundation of what it's like. Um, this song in particular kind of just sounds like the run of the mill type of song. I mean, it's not necessarily bad. It's just that, like, with all the other songs, even the four songs that are in the Ultra Bops, they're unique in their own way. But with this one, it doesn't really sound to me. So I would probably put it into Super Bop if I'm being really generous.
All right, that's understandable. Again, it wasn't supposed to be on here. I just want an excuse to listen to it, if I'm being honest. Now, to get back to the actual list, this one, pretend this isn't here. But, you know what? Hang on. I'm gonna fix this. There we go. Now all is right with the world. Anyway, back to the list. Throw away your mask. All right.
That's what it's like now.
Yeah, all right. Pity tier, baby. Always and forever. First off, Lynn kills every performance she does. It's insane. She's gifted. But one thing I do appreciate about the song is like it's not from the main character's point of view or perspective even. It's from the villains. And I think that's such a cool little switch up. Now as a song though, moving past that, I mean man. Ultra Bop? I'm leaning Ultra Bop on this one. I think it's a very strong contender for best track.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, being that it's entirely different type of song, being that it's from the perspective of the bad guy, and you wouldn't expect a song about the bad guy to like be this strong, but yeah, it's a pretty good solid track, especially being like a lot of the other songs from the game that like when it's mostly like you're fighting them instead of like having the song explain why they are doing what they're doing and what are their reasons. So I think it's very much of an ultra bop.
Yeah, it's almost like the villain's, and the villain kind of is just pleading with you to like, throw away your mask. Like, let me give you everything you want. Like, it's just such a good song. Very emotional as well. Now we are back to 3 for the last 5 3 songs. We have Changing of the Seasons. Okay, now this song is very good, especially because this is an overworld theme that you hear when you're just walking around. What what keeps this song out of Ultra Bot for me is when it has that lady just talking, because it's so odd. Like it's very low, it's very quiet. Like you like you're straining to hear her talk, but it's just loud enough to where it's distracting, and you can't tell what she's saying. It almost sounds French. It's probably Japanese, but I don't know because I can't hear what she's saying. And again, it's just so distracting. And during the portion of the songs where that part where she's talking, there's not a whole lot of instrumentals going on. Only like a very few things. It's not as bad as Lotus Juice and a Watadai Dorm. Like that crap. Because see, here's the thing. There's between this and a Watadai Dorm is when Lotus Juice is singing, it's bad, but and the song around it isn't that good either. In this case, Changing the Season's a very good song. It's just that the time portion's kind of bad. So that's the difference. The parts around the talking part are really good compared to again Watadai. So I think it's Megabop.
Megabop. Okay.
Maybe we should be harder and put it in Super Bop. I don't know.
Yeah, if you want to, because now that we don't really have that many songs to choose from, we're gonna. I'm just basically going off of like our tier list and like what we expect from the songs to like be in terms of like their style and everything else. Like, if people are going to be watching this and actually want us to be fair, I'm going to have to be fair to it and put it, really critique it the way that it is, and not just like give it a pity and be like, oh well, because I like it, I'm gonna get it a higher score.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
because it has a part I don't like, I can't take it as Super Bop.
I mean, you could probably put it in a super bot, but put it in like maybe higher tier,
Oh,
like mid
certainly.
tier.
So are you thinking low Mega Bop or high Super Bop?
High super bot.
High Super Bop? Alright. Because like that this song kicks off so well, I gotta say. Without a doubt, one of the best starts to any song on this list. In my opinion, of course. Next up, we have Darkness from. This is actually an FES exclusive song. Yeah, this plays for the Erebus boss battle, I believe. Yeah. This is the Erebus boss battle, like the final boss. Yeah, let's go. This song alone, or this song really makes me believe that Persona 3 has the best synthetic slash techno of the three games. Not to say 4 and 5 have bad techno synthetic portions. I just think 3 does it the best across, in a broad sense, of course. Sweatshop's all techno, practically, and it's up here. But like, if you're going across the entire Persona 3 soundtrack, I think it just does that part better than 4 and 5. Now, as for this song, though, I think I think it's slightly better than Yell the Mouth. I don't think it's Megabop though. How about you?
I think the intro is really really cool and interesting. How it winds up and then it goes right straight into
Yeah.
the actual song. Um, not a lot of um, not a lot of producers or artists do that a lot, so it's really refreshing to see that kind of uniqueness in it. Um, but the song itself almost sounds a little bit repetitive,
Yeah.
which is like its biggest flaw. I wish they would have flourished it and added a lot more elements to the song and made it a lot more. I'm not necessarily technical, but a lot more fluid in the song.
Yeah. That's why I like to
And
compare it to the Yell the Mouth because they're both very similar.
right, yeah, like the idea is there, but the actual execution is just not there, which sucks because the song has so much potential. So yeah, I would probably put it into what was it? What was the what is
Super
Superbot?
Bop.
Yeah, Mega. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you. I think it and Yell the Mouth are right next to each other. I couldn't say one's better than the other. Now I just want to say we have the 3 final boss themes. Technically, Yell the Mouth, Darkness, the Genesis. Okay, technically Yell the Mouth isn't the final boss theme because Royal is the new final boss, but you know what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Genesis though, it's the best of the 3. And again, there is Throw Away Your Mask, which is technically the final. Whatever. Technicalities aside. Now we have Persona 3 FES's version of Mass Destruction. Will it get above Super Bop though? Okay, so 2 big changes between Mass Destruction FES and Mass Destruction Original. The opening's different, and Lotus Juice, the rapper, has different lines. Now, I kind of like his rapping a little more in FES, and also I do like his the start of the song as well. So, I would put it in the same tier as Mass Destruction, but I put it slightly above the original version. Because it's not different enough, in my opinion, to go up another tier.
So what? Where do you want to put it?
I would say like here.
Oh man.
Because it doesn't change that much from the original version outside, again, the first like 10 seconds and Lowe's Juice's rapping portions.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Did you think it would go a little higher?
Not really. Again, like it's really hard to kind of remember a lot of these songs, being that a lot of them are variations from each other, and it's like very nuanced approaches for them. Some are like very on the nose. Is like there's a very big difference, but then when you have like this difference, is like it's really hard to kind of keep up. So yeah, I would probably just put it into in that lower tier.
Yeah. Now so far 3 has been choking. Like only one song from 4 or 5 has gone below the 3 songs, and that's Yeldabaoth. It's been dominating the Super Bop tier, but we gotta get some other ones up here. Obviously, we have 2 of the best songs from the track right here, so let's see what happens with the Battle for Everyone's Souls. So this song, for being like one of the final boss's themes, is just really good. Like it really does hit you differently. Once you get like when you start to really listen to the song and pay attention to it, like, you start to pick up little things like how it has like a bit of a remix, or at least just a section of it has the Taurus theme. Another part had like when the woman's like sing, excuse me, it's the Velvet Room theme, but just again redone. And again, those are just small sections in comparison to the bigger song.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it. I think it's the best song in the whole series. I think it is probably the best song.
We haven't even finished the video.
I personally think that I mean, we'll probably have to like find out like what is gonna be like the contenders for it, and like, just go at it, find out which one's the best. But
Well, I said you'll put your favorite up here, and I'll put my favorite up here, and if they happen to be the same, awesome. If not, oh well.
Yeah, that song,
Wow.
because of how everything just molds together when it goes into the breakdown section of the woman choir singer doing her thing, and it just has that nice guitar riff just going behind it. It's beautiful, but it also has the contrast of the heaviness that the game is trying to instill, and then it goes right back into the heaviness of the track, and it's just so well put together. The structure of the song is just nutty. Um, from the intro to the outro, it just keeps you just like held within their grasp of like, hey, this song is not just like any other song. This song is the real deal. So I like that. I really do. So it's probably the best track. They the fact that they find a way to encompass all of the emotions that you feel in this entire game is incredible. And they only do it within like 4 to 5 minutes. That's pretty fucking nice. So yeah, I think yeah, I
Wow.
think it is the best track. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot.
I am surprised. All right, then we have for now KMK's best track in series, The Battle for Everyone's Souls. Everybody. All right, awesome. Now we have 5 more songs going. Now we have Burn My Dread Last Battle. Oh, I love this one. Okay, this song's an ultra bop for me. And some people may be like, wait, but it's repetitive. Like some of the other songs that you put lower in the list. Here's the thing: the part that repeats is so freaking good. I don't care. It's just that good of a repeat. And like again, like if the Persona 3 video and this video hasn't taught you anything, I'm not a huge fan of Lotus Juice, but like he actually crushes it in this song. This is his best performance throughout Persona 3 at least. Like, and again, for this being, last battle, like, and again, this is like the original intro song for Persona 3. That's another thing to just add on to it. So you got all this stuff, and it's like, I can't help but put it Ultra Bot for me personally. How about you, Kay? Hello? Kay? You alive? We'll be right back.
No, you're good. I basically said I'm okay with it being an ultra bot because repetition is not necessarily a bad thing. It is sometimes it's like a sign of like in many other types of genres, if something is repeating, there's a purpose for it. Um, like I think the only parts that are gonna be repeating is I believe the verses in like a lot of rap songs that's just because it's catchy. But with with artists like Rage Against the Machine, the reason that they're being repetitious in a song like Killing in the Name of is because it's a more of a propagandistic type of song. But with this type of thing, it's more of just to keep you energized. Even though it's a repetitious thing, it's keeping you from like falling asleep essentially, you know. But
It's so good.
Yeah,
That you can't fall asleep.
The dude's rapping is not too abrasive. It's not like too like in your face, and I like that.
It's better than a Watadai Dorms. I'm never gonna let that go. That song's so bad. Was that the end of your thought, or?
Oh no, yeah, that's just pretty much the end of it.
Oh, okay.
Where in the Ultra Bop, to be honest, it's up to you. It's a really good song structure wise. So yeah, I mean,
I'll toss it in here then. Alright, 4 to go. Now we got the last of the Persona 4 songs. First up, Signs of Love. You know, for Signs of Love, I never get tired of this song. That doesn't mean it's my favorite song, but it's just one of the songs I just don't really get bored of hearing, you know? Like, because sometimes I just sit on, like, because you hear it when you're in your house in Persona 4 Golden. And, you know, sometimes I'm just sitting there just listening to a song while I'm on my phone doing something. And honestly, it just never tires me out. I think that, and also it's just a catchy song. I think it's Megabop. It could it eke its way into Ultra Bop. I'm looking at Ultra Bop and I'm like, maybe not. I think it's just a high Megabop.
Yeah. In terms of like all of the other songs, I think it's a really good, solid Megabop, high end Megabop. But trying to be a Ultra Bop is probably not the best thing. It's a good song. It's a good song, especially being that you're just walking around in your house. It's like one of those types of songs that I could probably see this song kind of playing in my own house, just kind of in the background. It's not too like anything special, but it's also like, you know, when you hear it, you're like, oh, this is kind of cool.
Yeah, like you're cleaning your house and this is playing on a speaker, you know?
Right, yeah, like it's not what, but it's not like the Ultra Bops or even the best track in where you're like, holy hell, when you hear this, stuff is going to happen. Like that's the type of stuff it is. But yeah, I think it's good from where we have it right now.
I agree. And, you know, I will say though, in Persona 4 Dancing, they have a really cool remix of Signs of Love that like makes it kind of jazzy almost. but still energetic. It's a really good remix. I definitely recommend looking up Signs of Love, Dance of or Persona 4 Dancing. Same goes from Our Beginning from Persona 5 Dancing. It's specifically like the video portion where the fan thieves are dancing because it actually tells a story. I forgot to mention that earlier, but you know, like people hate on the dancing games, but like the remixes for some of the songs they put in there and the choreography is top notch. I know. So yeah, so yeah. After this video, definitely go check out some of those songs, especially some of the ones that you may have liked from this video. Go check them out. But anyway, moving back to the video. We're almost done. Now we have backside of the TV. So this song plays before you go into any dungeon in Persona 4 Golden. And honestly, this is such a good song that just gets you like amped. It pumps you up. And like this is one of the few songs that makes me actually stomp my feet in time with the beat. It's a very good song. Now, I think it's either oh boy, man, I'm thinking Megabop. Probably lower Megabop, but I think it's Megabop.
Yeah. Again, with songs that are sort of propagandistic in their style, or that require like crowd participation, like the song from Queen, "We Will Rock You." That song is like played in so many stadiums because it gets you amped up. It's you are participating in this. And the fact that they have the drums make it so that you stomp your feet to it is really good. It's a really cool, unique thing to have in your song. But yeah, is it like in the Ultra Bops, or is it like no? It's in Mega Bop for sure.
Yeah.
Um, because it's more. It almost feels like it's a rap song.
Like it'd be a great
something like
background track to a rap song.
right. Yeah, like there's a few more elements that can make it into a trap song. Like it would be. So yeah. Is it good? Absolutely. But is it like worthy enough to be any higher than where it is? Probably not.
Yeah. There are actually words that are being sang, but they're super low, so it's hard to even make them out at times. Because again, I'm so focused on the beat that I can't, I don't even care about listening to what it's saying. But alright, home stretch. Now I have I'll Face Myself, the battle version. Okay, so I think this is a low super bop. Like I don't care for it that much. It's probably better than Yelled About in Darkness, but like for me at least, it's definitely to me it's not Mega Bop. It's somewhere in the super bop at least. I don't know. It's not a bad fighting battle theme, but it's not. There's better ones.
Oh, fuck. Um. Okay. So yeah, it kind of just seems like a run in the mill. There's like the breakdown. There's like the verse of the song, which sounds really fucking cool. If they would have kind of expanded that section, it would probably been a mega bop. But the fact that it's just like it just kind of it's kind of bland. So yeah, it would probably just be a super bop.
Yeah. Like we really liked it on our first listen, but listen to it the second time, really thinking about it, I'm like, I probably wouldn't even put it on this list if I could go back. But now we have one song left, and how fitting is it that's last surprise? Okay, so I knew going into this video what the two songs I was gonna be struggling with were gonna be, and it's Burn My Dread Last Battle and Last Surprise, and which one I was gonna put for best track. I just knew it was gonna be these two, and I'm gonna put Last Surprise for me at best track in series for one reason. Well, other than the fact that it's a freaking monster song, but if it wasn't for this song, I never would have gotten to Persona. So basically, like, I remember watching the Nintendo Direct where they showed off Joker and Smash. I was like, huh, that's a pretty cool looking character. So I looked, but what caught me was the song in the background that they played was Last Surprise, or at least one of them. That really caught me, and so I ended up looking up later, and then, I listened to it, and the rest is history. Now I've played all three games, and I love the series. This song means a lot to me, because again, Persona's a favorite game series. I probably never would have gotten into it had it not been for Last Surprise. Don't get me wrong, Burn My Dread Last Battle is a banger of a song, and on another day I might even put it up here. But for now, it's Last Surprise for me. What do you think about the song, Kay? Oh, not again. Kay! Kay!
If it wasn't, sorry, I always do it. I always mute myself, always. But if anything, if it wasn't gonna be your pick to be the best song in the series, I would have probably put it into Ultra Bop. Only because like it's just one of those songs that it's it's intense. It keeps you going forward to fight the monster and stuff. Um, and yeah, it's just a good solid track. There's really nothing I'm gonna complaining about. The singing, of course, is brilliant.
Lynn's the
Um,
best ever.
yeah,
I hope they bring her
so
back
yeah,
for
I think
Persona 6.
good. It's just a good fighting a monster track. Like I enjoyed a lot. So yeah, I mean I'm good with the list that we have.
I'm looking at, and I'm like, okay, so each of the three games has a sort of a different way to look at. 3 has the weakest track overall, but the gems. 4 has such a middle of the road between the three games, with some that kind of like drop or go up, but nothing that's just like insane in the membrane. And then there's 5, which sort of takes over a large chunk of the top, with only a few weaker songs. Again, just among the absolute bops, what I'm talking about. So if we're looking at 5 is the best soundtrack overall based on that.
Yeah.
Again, going off
And
that alone.
I love, yeah. But yeah, I really, really do enjoy the song that I put into the best track of all because it kind of encompasses everything that you're going through the entire game. Like it just does it so well, and like I can't really describe it why it's like that or why I feel like it's like that because I mean we could be here for like another hour, but yeah, I'm very happy with our results.
Yeah. And for those wondering if I believe was on the list and not just me putting it on here for the sake of it, it'd probably be Ultra Bop. It's just Last Surprise again. A big reason why it's up here is the emotional attachment I have to it. Like, cause I played Persona 5 Roll, Persona 4 Gold, and then Persona 3 FES in that order. So again, Burn My Dread Last Battle, I don't have as much of a connection as I do to Last Surprise. But
I understand.
yeah. Though again, it that's the only reason why it's above Burn My Dread Last Battle. If it wasn't for the emotional bit, I'd probably switch Burn My Dread and Last Surprise around. Um, but yeah, man, we finally reached the end, and this is gonna be the shortest video of the series. Thank God. I don't have to worry about freaking 3 hour or 2 hour upload times. But yeah, yeah. Any final words you want to say?
I really enjoy doing this. I think what I'm gonna probably do is do something similar to this, but for like my genre. just to kind of see like how if I can get you into the realm of dubstep slash rhythm.
Heck yeah, we can upload it on your channel.
I will. I probably will. That's gonna be so.
Yeah. All right. So before we proceed, I just want to say one thing. We're 3 subs away from 20 subscribers. So I want all of you watching to do me a favor. If you are subscribed, tell everyone you know to subscribe. Heck, make an alternate account. I don't care. Get me to 20. And for those who are not subscribed, what are you doing? I'm clearly the greatest YouTuber. Look at this. Look at this list. Who does this? Your butt has got nothing on me. Okay, but jokes aside, if you like what you saw, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.
See ya.